Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 4.6. Here's your objective. I'll be able to divide whole numbers by fractions. Alright, so that basically means that we'll take a whole number, just like 3, and divide it by 1/2. Now, there's a key phrase. I'm going to show you two key phrases to help you remember what to do here. 3 divided by 2. Well, we're going to do something called skip, change, and flip. Okay? So the 3, we're going to skip and leave it alone. The division sign, we're going to change it to multiplication. And then we're going to flip it. Instead of being 1 over 2 or 1/2, it's going to be 2 over 1. All right, so when I multiply this out, it's 3 times 2 equals 6. And then this is really 3 over 1. And 1 times 1 equals 1. It's 6 over 1. My answer is 6. So we need to remember this key phrase, skip, change, and flip. To help you remember that, I'm actually going to do those things right now. Okay, so first you remember to skip. Okay, that's how you skip. And then change. Well, you can think about, I'm going to change into this jacket here. See, now I've changed, so I've skipped. Now I've changed. Now I'm going to have to flip. Let's give that a try. Flip, here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, so skip, change, and flip. Remember those key words. Hopefully my silliness will help you in your math tonight. Okay, let's go to the next page. If you don't like skip, change, flip, you can remember this. Just remember to multiply by the reciprocal. Well, what does reciprocal mean? That's a key vocabulary word today. Any two fractions with a product of 1 are reciprocals. So for example, the reciprocal of 4/3 is 3/4. How do I know that? Well, it said any two fractions with a product of 1 are reciprocals. So 4 times 3 equals 12. 3 times 4 equals 12. So the product of these two fractions equals 12 over 12, which equals 1. They are definitely reciprocals. Now let's find the reciprocals of these numbers just to shore this up a little bit. 3/5 will simply be 5/3. And you can multiply them out to see that they are reciprocals, but we know 3 times 5 is 15 and 5 times 3 is 15. What do you think the reciprocal of 1/3 is? I bet you just said it in your head. It's 3 over 1, which is simply just 3. So the reciprocal of 1/3 is 3. And what's the reciprocal of a whole number like 11? Well, 11 is really 11 over 1. So the reciprocal would flip that to become 1/11. And if you multiply these out, 11 times 1 equals 1, and 1 times 11 equals, 11 times 1 equals 11, and 1 times 11 equals 11. 11 over 11 equals 1. They're reciprocals. So you can remember either skip, change, flip, or multiplying by the reciprocal. Either way will help you divide fractions. So remember, when dividing whole numbers by fractions, you can skip, change, flip, or multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, so let's do this one with a skip, change, flip. 5 divided by 2/3. Well, skip, leave 5 alone, skip it. Divide is going to become multiply, so that stays the same. That becomes multiplication, and then the last part is flip. Flip that 2/3 to become 3/2, which is the reciprocal. Multiply these out. Well, this is really 5 over 1. What's 5 times 3 equals 15. And 1 times 2 equals 2. I'm left with an improper fraction, but 2 goes into 15 7 times, with 1 left over, 1/2 left over. All right? So now I'm going to, on this one, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So 6 divided by 5/7, I'm going to do 6 times the reciprocal of 5/7, which is 7/5. And 6 goes over 1. What is 6 times 7? 6 times 7 equals 42. And 1 times 5 equals 5. How many times can 5 go into 42? Well, 5 goes into 50 10 times. It goes into 48 times. And I have 2 left over because 40 is 2 away from 42. So I'm left with 2/5. Okay? So the key point tonight is to remember to either skip, change, flip, or multiply by the reciprocal, which they both mean the same thing. Here are some problems for you to do tonight in your notebook or on your piece of paper. Hopefully you have a notebook by now. If not, that's okay too. 2 divided by 1/3, 2 divided by 4/5, and 5 divided by 2/7. A couple things to help you remember what to do here. Don't forget that 5 is really 5 over 1, 2 is really 2 over 1, and 2 is really 2 over 1. And when I divide here, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, or I could just skip and leave it alone, change the sign, and then flip it. Good luck, and I will see you tomorrow.